dear students. So our today's concept is irrational number. So today we are going to discuss a new concept is irrational number. Now see, till now we have discussed what the rational number is and few examples on the rational number. How to find few rational numbers in between any two other numbers. That might be rational numbers, natural numbers, integers, whatever. Okay, fine, no problem. So what was the rational number? The rational number was nothing but the number which we can write in this form, P by Q form. The number which can be written in this form P by Q is called as a rational number. Condition was provided that P and Q belongs to I and Q is not equal to 0. Okay, fine, no problem. Now see, friends, rational number P by Q is there, but whenever we are come across the word irrational number, at that time how to identify irrational number? Now before going towards the irrational number, we will see few examples of the rational number, like 2 is a rational number, 3 by 2 is a rational number, again 0 is a rational number. Okay, then 3.1425. okay, this is again a rational number. Okay, fine, no problem. Now students, let's move towards the irrational number. What the irrational number is? Irrational number simply we can say that the number which cannot be expressed in P by Q form, that number which cannot be expressed in P by Q form, that number is called as irrational number. So the number which cannot be expressed, in this form P by Q, we can't express the irrational number in this form P by Q. Okay, so that type of number is called as irrational number. And if you remember the bag in which you are putting numbers while working on the number line, if you put some numbers from this category, that means irrational category, to that bag, so we have taken all the numbers on the number line. That means rational, irrational, these two categories of real numbers. So all real numbers we have taken in our bag when we put irrational numbers to the same bag. Okay, fine, no problem. So rational number P by Q form, irrational number we can't express it in P by Q form. Now this definition is not enough. P by Q form we can't write for irrational number, but this definition is not enough. So suppose this is my root 2. Root 2 is my irrational number. But can't we write like this, root 2 upon 1? Yes, we can. So this much definition is not enough. We can't write irrational number in the form P by Q. That is one of the bookish definition. But we have to apply few more conditions. Okay. And now if we consider the rational number, in that rational numbers are always terminating or repeating factors are there. Okay, fine. Let's take an example. Suppose first we will discuss about the rational number and its conditions. See here, is this 4 a rational number? Yes. 4 by 2, is it rational number? Yes, it is a rational number. So its answer will be 2 only. Okay, fine. So 2, no problem. Then suppose I have written here 2 by 4. Is it a rational number? Yes, it is a rational number. 2 by 4, P by Q form is that. So the answer is 0.5. So 0.5, it is terminating. The whole division is finished here. We will not proceed further with the division by this 4. Okay, so just we did it in this way. 4 ones are 4. Then this is not divisible by 4. 2 is not divisible by 4. So we have taken here 0.5. and it will become 20. So if it becomes 20, then 4 5s are 20, and that's why my answer is 0.5. Okay, fine, no problem. It's a terminating. Okay, here it is terminated. No more numbers will be there. Then suppose this is terminating one. Suppose I have taken here 1 by 3. 1 by 3. So if I divide this 1 by 3, this 1 is not divisible by 3, so we will take here 0 point. It will become 10. So 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. Then again 1 left. That means 10. 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9, and so on. It is not terminating. What we told in the previous step, rational number is terminating. But here in this case, this is rational number. 1 by 3 is the rational number, but it's not terminating. But one more thing is that it is repeating with a number or a group of numbers. There is a repeated number or a repeated group of numbers that will be repeat after some intervals. That means suppose a number like this, suppose 5.253, 253, 253, 253. Okay, so 253 is the repeated group of numbers. 253, 253, 253, 253. So we'll write them as 5.253, and we'll just mention a bar on the repeated term. So this type of number is also called a rational number. This type of number is also called a rational number. Fine, no problem. So we have to elaborate the definition of rational number. Rational number, this is the first category. Only simple natural number is a rational number. Then simple division, when we get integer as our answer, that is also rational number. Then the third one, 2 by 4, that means we have got here terminating fraction. Terminating fraction, that is called as, that is also called as what? Rational number. 1 by 3, here we have got the fraction in which the number 3 is repeating and repeating. So 0.333333, this number is also a rational number. Then this type of number, that means the number in which the group of numbers, the group of digits repeated once again. So that type of number is also called a rational number. Now on the other hand, irrational numbers are, this is the first one. It was terminating, this was terminating, and this is repeated. I have written here, real numbers are divided by into two categories. One is the rational number and another is the irrational number. Okay, fine, no problem. So this rational number, it's a terminating fraction, and a repeating group of numbers or repeating numbers are there in the fraction. But in irrational numbers, there are non-terminating fractions. Okay, so non-terminating fractions means 3.1, 4, 2, 5, 7, 3, 6, 9, 1, 5, 2, 3, 9, 1, 7, 6, and so on. So there is no any fixed pattern in the fraction. That means any single digit or group of digits is not repeating in the fraction after decimal point. So that type of number is an irrational number. We can't write irrational number in this way, a repeated way. Okay, so that type of number is called as irrational number. And most of the times your non-complete square roots you take here. That means root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, root 6. So in these 5 square roots, only this is not possible because we take, it's a complete square root is 2. So that is not an irrational number. So root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6, these are irrational numbers. Root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6. If you find it's a square root, then it will not be terminate or will not be a repeating group of numbers or repeating digits. Okay, fine, no problem. This is about irrational numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. Okay, so rational numbers and irrational numbers we have discussed, and the difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers are terminating. Rational numbers are terminating after decimal point at one place. That numbers will be terminate. But irrational numbers are non-terminating. Continuously they are going. Rational numbers are repeating. That means the digit or group of digits is repeating after decimal point in the rational number. But in irrational number, non-repeating. That means any single digit or the group of digits are not repeating. That's why that is called as irrational number. So is it clear what the rational number is and what the irrational number is? Now we'll see how to show an irrational number on the number line. How to show an irrational number on the number line. Let's say check out here. Suppose I have taken a square whose side is 1 unit. Consider this as O, A, B and C. OABC is your square. Fine, no problem. Each side of square is 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. No problem. Now let's find the diagonal of this given square OABC. Now we know that each angle of square is 90 degrees, so this is also 90 degree. And if we apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle OAB, we will get here OA square plus AB square is equal to OB square. OB square. So OB square is equal to OA square, it's a 1 square, plus AB square, it's again 1 square. It is equal to 1 square is 1 plus 1 square is 1, so it is equal to 2. OB square is equal to 2. Therefore we can write this OB is equal to root 2. If OB square is equal to 2, if OB square is equal to 2, then we can easily write OB is equal to root 2. No problem is in that. Fine, no problem. So this OB is your root 2 term. OB is root 2. Fine. Now see here, if this OB is root 2, how can we show it on the number line? See, if this is your number line, no problem. Consider this point 0, okay, which is O point. This one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4, and in the similar manner minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. Okay, so this is your regular number line, which is called as a real number line. Real number. Why we called this number line as a real number line? Because the numbers, whatever be the number we are going to take from the number line, that is always real. That is always real. Any number, that might be natural, that might be whole, that might be integer, that might be rational, that might be irrational, any number. All numbers which you pick up from the number line are always real. Hence this number line is also called as a real number line. This number line is called as a real number line. Okay, no problem. Now see here, we will take our square and put this square as it is at point 0 to 1, because its side is 1 unit. So this OA is here, OA, this is O, OA, then okay, this is my square, this is my square, this is 1 unit already, this is 1 unit, okay, no problem. This is also 1 unit, this is also 1 unit, no problem. Now this is your B point, and this is your C point. Now just draw the diagonal from O to B. Now how much is the length of this OB? It's only √2. We name it. Now how can we place this √2 on the number line? How can we put this √2 or measure this √2 distance on the number line? It's not difficult. You are going to do just a simple task. Take your compass. Okay, fine. So your compass is like this. Okay, fine. Put one end of the compass at point O. Okay, no problem. O, and put the another end of the compass at B. Take this much distance. Take this much distance. Okay, no problem. How much is this distance? This distance. How much is this distance? It's √2. Correct? It's √2. Now, with the same distance, put one end on O and another end. Just mark an arc on the number line. On the number line. So suppose that mark is here. That mark is here, suppose. So this is your number. This is your which number? It is √2. And for every value, there is only one point on the number line. For every value, for any value, there is only one point on the number line. Only one point on the number line. And for any point on the number line, there is unique value. Unique value. So we can do in this way also. Instead of just measuring and come here and cross it, make an arc. Instead of doing that, just put one end here, another end here, and from point B itself, just make an arc. So from point B, if we make an arc, it will be look like this. Okay, no problem. So at this point, that means suppose this point is your D point. This is D point. This is D point. How much is the value of this point? It's a √2. It's a √2. So in this way, we can show any irrational number on the number line. Any irrational number on the number line. Okay, fine, no problem. So this is about the irrational number. First we have seen what is a rational number. Then in comparison with the rational number, how can we differentiate irrational number? That also we have seen here. A rational number is always terminating one. That means it is going to be end at one point. But irrational number is non-terminating one. That means it is not going to end at one point. It will continue. Second point, a rational number is repeating a digit or a group of digits after the decimal point. In irrational numbers, non-repeating. That means there is no any fixed pattern of repetition. The one digit or group of digits are repeating in that way. So there is no any fixed pattern of repetition in the irrational numbers. I think all of the things you have got clearly. Okay. Thank you.